Yay.
What up?
We're here. Okay. We're back again on a Wednesday. Waiting on hottest radio show going live.
What happens? We ready? Are we on?
Yes, yes.
Y'all gotta tell me. Nobody says me. You gonna sing the song, G?
Yes. I'm like, okay, hottest live on radio.
I just thought you was being silly. I thought you was being
Nah, I was
yourself.
like, it's time. It's go time.
What's up? What's up? You could have introduced the show. Welcome to Let's Talk
Oh,
Love. I ain't know we was counted in, but I guess y'all should know that. We don't need no 1, 2, 3 countdown to be counted in. But
count it in.
thank y'all for tuning in to the hottest station on the planet. You already know what it is. Hot 702.5. We talking about love today. We talking about matters of the heart today. And this is the show where love meets beauty. I'm Miss Love Doctor, my beautiful co-host. What up?
Beauty on the Bee, what up, girl? I can't wait for you to
What's
come
going
back. Hey, girl.
on?
Yes, yes.
We 2 weeks in reporting
2 weeks
like,
in. No, I need her in the studio, though. Okay, y'all? Tell her to
you
come
know,
back home. Tell her to come
this
back
one
home.
this one gave me a little glimpse of something. Manifestation is real. I'm like, where's the next location we'll be tuning in from is all I'm
Yes,
saying.
unless I'm there too. I want to be. I want to be there too.
We'll both be there, huh, with an ocean
Mm-hmm.
behind us, but I got
Yes,
a
that's
nice,
going.
it's beautiful outside. So,
It
um,
is.
so what's going on? How was your week? I don't even feel like we talked this week at all.
We have not, like, not at all, not at all. It's just again, y'all remember I was so excited about having kids start school. Nah, that shit was, it was hectic. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was eventful, and I was completely burnt out by then. But hey, the kids are in school and they ready to go, and that's all we can ask for.
Yeah,
How was your week?
I gotta get into the school pictures. I seen my baby went to school. She looked amazing.
Didn't she? So cute.
My week was cool. My week was all right. Um, I had a good time. I went to a water park this weekend. I went to a water park this weekend and got thrown around, honey. I thought I was, they was fucking with a heavyweight. You can't really play around with that water, but it was cool. I had a low key week, if you should say, if anything. And then I done start binge watching The Shy. Right. I said I was gonna make a post about it because I was really biased about it. I was really biased about the show because I'm originally from there, so
Mhm.
I thought it was just gonna be another one of those things where they're just showing like a whole big negative thing. You know what I'm saying with the
Mhm.
show? So I was like, I don't really want to partake in it. But now that I've watched it, I can see that it showcases good people there. It showcases real families. It showcases black people having a property and ownership. Like that's
Mhm.
all we knew growing up. You know what I mean? Like everybody on the block owned their house
Mm.
that I knew of. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
they and their kids or their grandkids still live there to this day. Like my grandmother's house is right there on the block. I could pull up right now, put the code in, walk in.
Wow, I can't wait to go.
I know, I know, I know. We were supposed to go, but
I know.
things happened. Things happened. But yeah, week has been cool. But it leads up to what we talking about today,
Mhm.
because sometimes you gotta just take that break and get away. It's important, it's key to do what's best for you. So we talking about self-care today. We
Ooh,
talking
yes,
about
y'all.
self-care today.
I'm
um
excited.
I just want to call everybody kings and queens. I decided that last night. Like I don't know. I ain't gonna say y'all. I'm gonna say, hey, kings and queens. Be sure to comment, love, share, or call in 702-551-5261. We love to hear from you. This is a safe space for you. No judgment, and honesty is the only policy.
Honestly,
Um,
yep.
I think that I just make sure you guys know that because we talk about hearts that matter. And of course, your heart matters. So just make sure you keep it respectful and classy. So,
Mm-hmm.
self care. We have to talk about self care. It's very important. It's very important. What is self care? You want me to give you the definition first?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, a multidimensional, multifaceted process of purposeful engagement in strategies that promote healthy functioning and enhance well being. I
Mm.
loved everything about that.
It did. When I read that, I was like, I ain't never
I loved everything about that because I was like,
multifaceted.
multi-dimensional. It's the process of purposeful. Like you ain't just doing nothing without a purpose, baby. It's purposeful. You
Mm.
understand what I'm saying? So, um, essentially, the term describes a conscious act a person takes in order to promote their own physical, mental, and emotional health.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Where
We
you at
just
with that?
we just be out here like when I read into like just learning about self-care, because I mean you like the perception that I had of self-care was not as we like dived in and like started looking up things, and I'm like, what the heck? My concept of self-care was just like me washing my ass and me getting like very physical,
Yeah, I'm
very
taking.
very like shell based type of self-care. And I never looked into any of the other things of, again, it's multifaceted and dimensional. Like that right there, just it was like, damn, like it's more than just, again, me plopping a wig on and me putting my makeup on and me, like that was my self-care. That's what I thought it was, but I didn't, talk to myself about, well, why was I feeling this way, or do I feel that way, or how am I going to show up for the kids, or show up for my husband, or show up for my parents, and show up for my friends. And like, I don't think of none of that. I didn't think of any of that as self-care, though. Like, that is crazy to me. What do
Hmm.
you feel like self-care? What do you think? Well, what was your definition of self-care?
I don't know. I could stick with this definition. Like, I definitely believe that it has a lot to do with the enhancement of your well being. You know what I mean? And I think that unfortunately, a lot of people see self care as like a luxury. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than a priority. And I'm guilty of
Mm.
that. You know what I mean? Because, consequently, we are left feeling overwhelmed, tired, ill equipped to do things. You know what I mean? Then you start to like doubt yourself and stuff like that when that really ain't the case. You just ain't taking
Mm-hmm.
care of yourself. So I like the way it said multi-dimensional,
Mm-hmm.
multifaceted process of purposeful engagement in strategies. Like,
And we
ooh, so
strategists.
we strategizing this thing to make sure, that we promote healthy functioning and enhance well-being. Like, what I need to put that at the top of my list. What
Mm-hmm.
am I doing? I am bullshitting
Mm-hmm.
out here.
It's
I
not for
am
me.
I am playing games with myself. That's why I'm all about this self-love journey. Like, this is a real thing for me. When I
Mm-hmm.
started this company, I don't think that I was just like, I'm gonna be the love doctor and I'm gonna talk about self love. No, this all has been manifested without me
Mm-hmm.
knowing it. Without me knowing it. So, and you know how they say you can't you they feel you can't be equipped to say things or to practice things if you're not about those things.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to
Mm-hmm.
be about it if I'm talking about it.
True. True. And when I used to think like all of the negative things that I would say, like that's what I'm putting out in the atmosphere. This is what, when I would be like, girl, they're not gonna get my order right.
You
They
did.
didn't get my
I was
order
like, stop
right.
saying that. Dang. I was like, the second you said that, boom,
Mm-hmm.
boom.
Mm-hmm.
So, but how important is self care? How important is self care to you?
I mean, I didn't really feel that it was that important. I just felt like, there were certain things that has to get done. And when I became a mother, I felt like self-love, I mean, not self-love, self-care was more like just making sure that I was up and present, but it wasn't like I'm showing them how to, regulate their emotions, or like when I feel overwhelmed and stressed, what I can do in order to make it where it's not spilling over on them, my husband, my, friends, family, stuff like that. I didn't know any of those things. I didn't know that, hey, me learning how to love myself or how to show myself, grace and mercy would initially teach people how to treat me. I didn't know none of that shit was all in correlation, but that's again the definition of strategies. This is strategizing how you want people to treat you, and how you treat yourself and how you show up for self will show your kids vice versa of like, hey, you have to, what we're trying to teach you is the same thing, that this is what I'm doing. So now
Mhm.
I can talk about it, but be about it.
Right. Right, because you can do a whole lot of talking, but then your body starts to show you,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like clinically proven to reduce like or eliminate anxiety and depression,
Mm.
reduce stress, improve concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Have you
Libido, you
realized
get
you be
them.
all over the place? Like, what is going on? Libido all off? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but it minimizes, frustration and anger, and increase happiness. And you can
Mm.
improve energy and more things like that. So taking care of yourself is so important. But I always think about the fact that um most people don't explain who they are to the core, right? So let's say you on a date, or you in somebody's DM or whatever, you trying to get to know them, and you ask them like who they are, or, tell me about yourself or whatever. Most people give you titles.
Mm-hmm.
Most people give you titles, right? Oh, I'm a mom, or I'm a father, or I'm a banker, or I do this,
Mm-hmm.
all these different things. They never really talk about who they are,
Mm-hmm.
because they really
Mm-hmm.
haven't sat around and figured it out. And then they get
Yeah.
mad when other people can't figure out who they are either. You want me to
True.
treat you a certain kind of way, but you don't even know how you want to be treated.
Mm. Mm. Say that two more times.
Oh
On the
my
two more
gosh.
times.
What's up, Mr. Petty? Mr. Bogan. He said y'all just gonna talk to each other and not us. Huh? We had to get it out. What's going on? Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. What's going on, Miss Tasha? But yeah, so I definitely think that's important, because we are taught to be there for others, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we were a kid, like, who teaches you to be there for yourself? Who teaches you to take care of yourself?
Exactly. Exactly, because your parents tell you that you have to take care of your siblings. Those are your sisters. Those are your brothers.
Be
Like
there
your
for them.
response.
You take care
Yeah.
of them. Who
Yeah.
else is going to take care of them? Take care of your siblings. But then you end up with all these unhealthy habits. You know what I'm saying? Now you got unhealthy habits.
Woo! Girl, okay. She putting it on today. She putting it on
Put
today.
it on my wrist.
Uh-huh. Unhealthy habits. Keep going. Keep going.
But I mean, ultimately, it affects who you are as a whole, right?
Mm-hmm. It
And then you be
does.
trying to figure out, because at the core of yourself, you know who you are. You wish everybody could see that person, but you've created
Mm.
all these unhealthy habits because of being a product of your environment. Let's keep that 100. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how to take care of ourselves. We were taught to destroy and talk bad about one another. We supposed to talk about light skin, dark skin, fat and skinny, short and tall. Like, we taught to talk about every damn body, and it doesn't fucking matter.
Mm-hmm.
When people be
Mm-hmm.
asking me like, how does it feel to be short? Like, what? What are you talking about?
And look at him like, uh,
What kind of question is that? It feels normal as hell because I don't know nothing else. Duh.
thank you. Now they can ask me how does it feel to be skinny, because I'm like, I ain't never been really skinny until I was like little, like 5 or 6. So for me, I don't know. I don't know, because in
I
my eye,
mean,
I'm okay. I don't
like,
know what it feel
why
like.
don't you get fat and find out for yourself? It's not fun, okay? I don't know who made it be cool to be fat, because it is
Because
not
some
cool.
people like that though. Some people are okay with that. And to me, when I learned, like, okay, well, I don't like myself really small. I want to be a little bit bigger. I'm okay with that. You just gotta learn to see. Like once you get there, and if you don't like it, then be like, okay, bitch. Well, I like myself a little thick. I just eat a little extra. Brazilian steakhouse. I've been like eating that like crazy lately. I know that's my self care.
I
Is
know
spending
you do.
$60 on some goddamn Texas Day Brazil, coming to the job, and I'm fucking it up at nighttime. That's what's going on. That's my self care regimen going on right now.
Did you say $60?
I did. I
You
did,
knew I was
girl.
gonna stop on that $60.
I did.
Especially if it's just for self. Okay, but do
It
your thing, Shawty.
was. It
It's making
was. It
you
was
feel good.
fire.
That's very important because it's important to even like plan different type of like they said to strategize. It's important to plan that shit. You got to take
Yeah.
care of yourself, like just like you plan everything else. You're supposed to plan that. You know what I mean? Like I
Mm-hmm.
was told once, like you got to schedule your workout, like you schedule brushing your teeth. You know,
Mm.
because
Mm.
if you miss the mark on taking care of yourself, it can get very make it dangerous if you know what I'm saying. If you really wanted to like not do shit, be
Mm.
complacent and
Mm-hmm.
and sitting like what they say, couch potato. You know what I mean?
Yes. So, what do you feel? What is dangerous about like not doing self care? Like, do you feel like there's a danger to it? Do you feel like if you neglect it enough, like it? What if you go 40 years and not really know what the hell self care, how to take care of yourself? Like,
Yeah.
what happens?
Y'all want to hear a testimony?
Please do. I always love.
I am what not taking care of yourself looks like, right?
I'm over here looking like, okay, let's see.
So just what was that about a month ago? Wow, I don't even know if it feel like so long ago, but it was probably so close. But it's just like so much was going on, and when I tell you, like when the doctor diagnoses you with stress, nothing else. I'm like,
Mm.
so that's all you got? But I'm the type of person I don't like to go to the doctor. Um, I'll go when I need to, but I don't too much. They don't too much tell me nothing. Which in reality, they didn't tell me nothing this time. But they told me like yours. My man said you're stressed the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor said that, and it really like took a toll. Like how they say stress is a silent killer. Like it pushed me down. Like I don't even know how to explain what it did, but they really had nothing to tell me. They had nothing to tell me, but you have to take care of yourself. You have
Mm-hmm.
to start taking care of yourself. And I had to put my big girl panties on and realize like, listen, life was beating my ass. I really didn't have I was in the fight. I was in a
Mm.
fight. It was I probably was in the hopefully that was the 12th round. And you know what I'm saying? It is
Girl.
what it is. And we gonna make it do what it do, but the effects of it is so it affects you in so many different ways and you don't even notice it. Weight gain,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
gaining weight. You know what I'm saying? You're not taking care of yourself. It's not like you sitting around and eating and being fat. Because everybody who knows me talk shit about the way I eat because I barely eat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
that's trauma. That's depression. That's anxiety. That's hypertension. That's
Mm.
tension. You know what I'm saying? Like my body locked up, muscles is tight. Like if you don't take care of yourself, it's so many fucking different things that your body will do to you if you don't. When they say take care of your body because it's the only one you got, they really need to emphasize that a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And I think they
Yeah.
need to teach that in the homes, and I think they need to teach that in the
At
schools,
schools,
and I
yep.
think they need to teach it at community centers. Oh, bing! Light bulb just went off. But yeah, but that's where like the things like difficulty you have difficulties in like your relationships. You have your mental clarity is lacking. You got a dick, you know what I mean? You don't have trust for people. The tendency of lack of instant gratification and fatigue and poor hygiene and low self-esteem. Like these are things that I looked up. I'm not personally going through them, but these are all some form of effect that can happen
Mm-hmm.
to you. And I feel like when I chose these are the ones that sneak up on you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
low self esteem, you walking around thinking you fine. But are you fine though? Like are you fine though? Like do you feel fine? Because you be like, hey girl, how you doing? Oh, I'm fine. Do you believe
Always.
that? Is
Mm.
it true or is it just what we're trained to say?
Trained to say it until, some people that you gotta fake it till you make it, and that's what you putting this face on just to, like, that TikTok where it was like, show me your lowest moment, but nobody knew because you still put on. No one knew that was a hard time for you. Again, because you still showed up. You were still at everybody's cookout. You still was at your friend's wedding. You were still, showing up for shit. You still had to go to work. You still had to,
It
make
don't
money.
stop.
It don't stop. So
It
you
don't
you
stop.
learn you learn to say fuck yourself. Self is, and once
They,
you're
they
gone,
teach you that
then
automatically. You at work, you tell the job somebody died. I gotta go to the funeral. They say we need you on the clock. The fuck are you talking about?
yeah, you get like 3 bereavement days. That's it. Like, what do you mean? Like, how do you
What
how
are
do
you
you
talking about?
exactly? I need a mental clarity. Like my coworker, one of the lady from Greece.
What, the
The
movie agree?
Yes, the movie Grease. He knows her. He took a picture with her. She passed like 2 days ago. When I tell you he went downhill. And that's somebody that he is not closely to. It's just that he looked up to her and that made him feel so fucked up
Depressed.
on the
He's
depressed. Like
grieving.
he
He's
he
grieving.
was legit grieving. Like you could just see it on his face. And I had to figure that shit out too when again I was tired and I was like trying to wait at the light and I'm trying to go like, bitch, don't close your eyes. You got 2 more lights to get home. Like
Keep
that's
them
how
open.
tired.
Weighing your body down. We be
Wearing your
weighing these bodies down. You know what? I apologize to my body now.
mm.
Like, bro, I'm sorry. Okay? For real. Because number one apology is I thought I was fat back then.
Mhm.
Looking at those pictures back then, I was thick, thick. I'm like, I'm sorry, self. If you got mad because I thought we was fat and you wanted to like prove me, give me a lesson, it's learned. You feel me?
Exactly. Like
I
give me pen.
apologize.
That's a good thing though. Forgiving self. Remember when we were looking up a few things? I didn't know like you being by yourself. That's one of a self love thing. I'm like, what? Self care.
Isolation.
I don't. I'm not good at being by myself. Then that means I'm gonna be thinking about shit that I need to think about and to relinquish and let go. But I don't want to be by myself.
Well, I don't know if you would like be by yourself in the sense of what, like.
Like I wouldn't want to just like again like going out to eat by yourself, going to the movies by yourself, just booking a hotel room and just laying there by yourself. Like
Mm,
I that ain't something that I thought was needed, but as I get older and as shit triggers me more and more, it's
Let
like,
me
bitch, you
tell
need
you
to get
about that
away.
staycation, baby. Let me tell you about that staycation. That is definitely one of my top lists of self care because sometimes what you have to realize is if you're not good in your own company, you're not going to be good in nobody else's company. You have to
Hmm.
be okay with being by yourself so that you can be okay with somebody else. You know what I mean? So in reality, you take that time. All like you said, all these different stressors, they coming from over here. You falling asleep all at the light and all of this and all of that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you take that one day, go to the hotel, run you a bath, just chill, just really just chill. Don't do nothing. Give your body that R&R that it needs.
I know. When
Nobody's
she
calling
do
you.
it,
Nobody's bugging you. You could put that phone on do not disturb, or you could even turn that data service off if you really want to tap out.
mm,
No social media, none of that. Just take some time and reflect and really like tap back into you and just let everything be calm for a minute. I have to.
I remember when again you did a staycation, bro, and I was supposed to just get some water from this girl. I was immersed with all of the shit that it made
The
me calm the
Zen.
fuck down. I was like, and it was just her in there, and I was like, damn, like I admired that, like legit. Like I really saw that, and I was like, I don't want to go nowhere. This, I felt at peace,
Comfortable.
just sitting there. I'm like, music was playing. I'm like, damn, like okay, I definitely am about to
Candles
do
was
that.
burning. I done sprayed these people's house down. I done
It was
cleaned it
30
up.
minutes till I remember, like, shit, I was supposed to just get
What
some
am I here
water.
for? What did I come here for? There's so many different types of self-care though. So,
Hey.
but there's core self-care things that you have to tap into. So there's different types. So like
Okay.
social is a type of self-care, and that's basically a strong connection and emotional bond with other humans. We're
Mm.
designed, you know how I feel about that. We're designed to do that. But even a social self-care is setting boundaries. You have this strong emotional connection with humans, but you also have to tell these humans how you want to be treated.
Mm. You
You
said
know
the
what I
B
mean?
word, girl. You said the B
The B
word.
word.
Yeah, damn.
Boundaries. I think we need to do a whole show on boundaries.
I think so too. Cause if you,
Mhm.
what you don't know until you, like, you gotta learn these things, because if you're not taught that, and you, and boundaries were crossed as at a young age or whatever, like, it can follow you, and it could be a part of your demise, or the shit that you go through, your traumas, because of said boundaries was never explained to you in a way to where you understood, like, no means like, okay, well, this is a clear boundary, because you don't want to do that. But there's other things that people don't let you know what you can say no to, or you can say no to.
Mhm. Mhm. But you know what? It really starts with family, because that's kind of the first social circle that you have, because that's the one you were
Mm-hmm.
given. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And these are the people that you were born with. So it's important to have strong family bonds, which we already know majority of ours was deliberately torn apart and broken. But when you do have that, you know what I mean? You kind of taught to have boundaries back then. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Because if you see how your parents teach treat each other, and how they handle conflict, and how they, you know what I mean, how handle their personal space, and how they take y'all on family trips, and it's like it starts there anyway.
Mm.
You know, so even if you don't know, I think it's every day is a day to learn. So
Yep.
there's something today that you're gonna grow from yesterday, or 5 years ago, or 20 years ago, that you don't even think about. All of a sudden, you wake up like, I don't think I'm gonna allow that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I let someone so get away with this or whatever. I don't know how the conversation go in y'all head, but that's how I pictured that it be happening.
Hey, but that's how, I mean, it could be until you're scared to be able to express that and let somebody know, because again, you're scared of that boundary of, like, well, I never brought it up. But being able to express yourself as well is considered a boundary to me. I feel like, hey, I'm you should be able to understand what I'm saying. If I'm saying it, it's for a reason. It's not to, like, tell you or make you feel a certain way. Is to let you know that, hey, you crossed the boundary for me. I didn't feel like that was okay.
You don't want to get physical because I know how y'all like to fight.
I don't like to fight.
But you know what?
I
I think it was on a TikTok or something. My niece did it. Fight me, fight me. But physical is
what?
definitely a style of self-care, because we're supposed to have at least 30 vigorous minutes of self-care, physical activity a day. We're
Mm.
supposed to have that to keep our metabolism flowing, keep our muscle flowing, keep our heart pumping. You should get your heart stronger. It's like working your heart is making it stronger every
Mhm.
day. So that's why exercising is a good thing. Eating healthy is a good thing. Going for walks is a good thing. Even they say sleep hygiene, whatever.
Because we can go off for 3 hours of sleep, but I mean, as I get
Listen,
older, that shit is getting harder to sleep less. That's what I will
that's what
say.
they say because you're turning back into a baby. But
Girl, I need,
I just don't give me no broken sleep.
yeah.
I could do 4 hours solid and get up and get it done. But if you give me 8 hours broken, I'm tired.
Mhm.
I'm tired. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm up again. I'm up
Mhm.
again. I sleep light. So I be,
Oh yeah,
did somebody
no.
leave this water dripping?
When I'm sleep, I'm sleep. I can fall asleep anywhere. 10 minutes flat, I'm gone. If I need to take a nap, I got to. I got to. Like when
Hey,
I
ain't
would
nothing wrong with it.
drive back and forth, to go pick up the kids or go visit people and I gotta drive, a bitch will pull over 15 minutes. All right, I'm good. All right, let's go. I can drive another 3 hours and I'm good.
Hey, them power ups be real. Like if I could just get a smooth 10 strong minutes, maybe I'm back in action.
Action. Action.
But then we were talking about that just recently, how in other countries they give you a nap. You have nap time at lunch breaks. Even at Zappos, they have napping pods because
Really?
they said that our bodies operate better when we have a nap. You should have a nap in the middle of the day. Even though I don't take naps, I'm not an advocate for naps.
I'm a napper.
Um, I have to think about it though. Like I've never took naps. Even in like kindergarten, I don't know if they used to make y'all take naps
Mm-hmm.
and you had to get on the little cots.
Mm-hmm.
I
The little
used to get
pad.
in trouble because I wouldn't go to sleep. So by me not going
Tasha,
to
go
sleep,
to sleep. Tasha,
yeah,
go to
I'm like,
sleep.
I'm not sleepy, bro. But I already knew the snack, which probably was a peanut butter Twix, was right
Mm.
after the nap. So I mastered laying there like with my eyes closed. Because sometimes she would come over and be like, I know your eyes are just closed. So I had to like, damn, I'm not talking. I'm not disrupting anybody. I'm laying here like, why do I have to go to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sleepy. But I remember Tia made me go to sleep one day. I laid down and I was like, but I'm not tired. She's like, just try it.
Mm-hmm.
Just try it. They made it dark in there, girl. I was the first one asleep.
Hey, she's a nap queen though. Tia, your sis is a nap queen. Her and her baby,
Her,
they'll snuggle up and be out, knocked out. Let's come on, let's
the
go.
cuddlers. Let me
Mm-hmm.
cuddle with me. But yeah, napping. I can't.
What's some other types of self care things or
So we'll go in the order. We have emotional.
okay?
I know a lot that probably goes into that emotional self-care, and I can't speak for men or women, but I can speak for women. I think that that is a constant like battle, don't you think?
Hell yeah, environmental. Hell yeah.
No, emotional.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Emotion. It's an emotion reaction to everything that goes on. So again, I can come home and shit ain't done the way that I feel like it needs to be done. My emotions is already triggered. So therefore, it's like I just yeah, the emotions just get there so quick.
But I think a lot of times is we're not aware or we can't identify what we're actually feeling and allow yourself to channel that exact feeling. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
Because that way it benefits your overall wellness because at least you know how to articulate what you're saying and there's no misunderstandings about how I'm feeling. You
Mm.
know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like um this one this one is key though. The emotional one is key because if your emotions are all fucked up, you're all fucked up. Like you're spazzy. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You I think those are those people like what's wrong with them? Like all we said was there's no ketchup and they fly off of the handles. They don't have
Yeah.
their emotions in check at all. You know what I mean? And that can
Mhm.
affect all aspects of your life.
True.
So next we have spiritual. I think spiritual is important for everybody on the different spiritual level or journey that they're on. Because I know that people
Mhm.
are on different styles of spiritual journeys, and people believe in what they believe in. But if you are utilizing it, make sure you're utilizing it for your benefit to really take care of yourself.
Mhm.
So different styles is like journaling. You could always talk to a life coach.
Okay.
I definitely would say a therapist, but with life coach, the good part about that is whatever your issue is, you can find a life coach that helps you with that. So if it's with your health, if it's with your finances, if it's with your business, if it's, if you on this, spiritual journey altogether, there's different life coaches for you. So you can
Mm.
find whatever style that you're looking for whatever issue you have. But I think a therapist is definitely beneficial because you need to have that educational backing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just to make sure
Yeah.
that you're getting all that you need. But of course, there's mentors and counselors, and I think that affirmations. I was just talking to you about this, and I think that affirmations and mantras are good. It
Helpful.
kind of
Yeah.
reminds you that. You know what I'm saying? It reminds you that
You can
everything ain't
speak.
bad.
You can speak life into back into yourself by saying those affirmations and like the same thing like I am wise, I am like give. Can you give us one? Like, what do you have like one maybe on like the top of your mind or something like
An
quick?
affirmation?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you like to be put wow quick. Put me on the spot. Um
Is there one that you're using right now?
no. I had one
Okay.
that I was using. I erased it because I wanted to create another one. But what I am doing right now as far as my affirmations is I'm using Goddess Oracle cards. And
Mm-hmm.
I just pull like me 3 a week and I let that be my focus of,
Mm.
and it kind of tells you where you need to be grounded, and it kind of tells you, you know what you should let go of and things like that. It's real quick, straight to the point, and I use that as like a practicing guide. And I also am trying to work more on like practicing gratitude, being more
Mm.
grateful, speaking it into existence more. You know what I mean? Because when I really realize is we talk about what we want and we talk about what we need, but then you realize what you really need, your essential needs are really already met. We're so busy worried about what we need, we don't real what we want, but we don't
Mm-hmm.
realize what we need we already have.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that's just having a beautiful relationship with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes
Yeah.
that's just the one that you need, not what you think you want. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
That's a
yeah.
good one.
Yeah. We got mental. Mental is serious. You
What's the
have to work on your mental self care.
when you said mental and then emotional? What's the difference?
Your mental is basically how your mind works. What's going on mentally with you?
Okay.
But your emotions is how you feel.
Okay. Okay.
You know, because
Mm-hmm.
like you said, I come in and I felt a certain kind of way and I got triggered. It's because it's how you're feeling, but you're not triggered off of what happened. You triggered off of how you already were feeling. It had nothing to do with what was going on right then and there. Now
Okay.
how you were feeling when you walked in, that was just probably the icing on the cake or what pushed you. You know what I mean? Because you were already feeling a certain kind of way. And when I talk to my clients, I be sure to let them know we're not talking about the details of what happened. We're
Mm-hmm.
talking about how you made this person feel. Because if you can't get to that, you can't have ownership on that. For me, it really ain't a whole lot more that we need to talk about because I'm telling you how you made me feel. That's the
Mm-hmm.
problem, not what you
Mm-hmm.
did.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So what you did probably had nothing to do with anything. I don't care about what you did, but if you made me feel a certain kind of way, that's what you need to speak on.
Mm. And that can
Because
be your
then
boundary.
then that keeps me from being mental.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like mental, like doing the activities to like do things because you have to declutter your mind too. That reduces stress levels.
mm.
I think this one definitely need to be taught at the crib. Like, come on, kids, everybody sit down. We
Mm-hmm.
are going to declutter our minds.
That just
But I
sounded
mean, it's just
like
basically meditation, right?
I don't know. That sounded like a cult. We're gonna declutter our mind, everyone. I
Everybody
feel
sit down
like
and take a deep
with the
breath.
spoon and like
Girl,
us. No, is that get out? Like that's how do the stir around the yes. Come on, you have
and
the
I'm sipping tea.
yes, exactly. Everybody, let's declutter our minds.
That's right. That's right. We should have a decluttering mind session. You
Yes.
have to, because you be in overload. It be so much going on. That's why traffic triggers me.
Mm.
Traffic is a trigger because you already got everything else you got going on. You know what I mean? But the reason why I figured you probably would understand emotional is because monthly we're emotional. We're emotional.
True.
You
Because
know,
of our cycle, our cycle.
you be like, what is wrong with me?
I be like,
You don't know, like, what is wrong
yes,
with me? You
that
looking at
is
TV
true.
like, I swear to God, I could watch an episode of Martin, which I've seen 9,000 times, and if I see like when they
You
get
hella right.
married, I'm gonna cry. when they get engaged, I'm like, why am I crying? Then you be like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. I know what's up. I know what's up.
Like, dang, dang. And if you got a good partner, they know what. Oh shit, what time is it? What day is it? Oh yeah,
Right.
yo,
Fix
yeah,
up. Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah.
acting up. Girl, go and
Mhm.
get you some tea and chill out. So we
But if
got
somebody that
environment
know you,
too. Yeah, they gonna
mhm,
know. They know. They
they
know
gonna
your
know, but they
activity.
gonna be prepared. Like,
But
hey, I
that's
got you this,
products of your
this,
environment.
this. Mhm, mhm.
Products of your environment. But you're designing an environment that works for you, right?
Mhm.
You create what you want in life is what they say. So if your environment is not working for you, you create the environment that works for you. Your environment needs to motivate you rather than to overwhelm you or stress you out. Because your environment is where you sit, is where you stay, is where you're supposed to have peace.
Thank you. That
You
should be
know?
your sake. Yep. Yo, peace. You said it. You said it.
Okay, so
You
we're gonna
said it.
fly through these next ones because we got financial. You got to
Mhm.
focus your time and energy on your money, making concrete plans, goals to better your financial. That's those financial self care. It's just to help your healthy money mindset. I like that.
I like that. Healthy money mindset.
And then psychological, taking the time to do things to help you live well, improve both your physical and your mental health. Also, your professional. Did you know professional was one?
I didn't. That's why I was like, damn, like you didn't even think about like all this shit you're doing that we went over is legit shit happening simultaneously in the 24 hours a day that we get every
These are all
day.
things you have to keep in line for yourself. Because if you
Yes.
have to have a peaceful environment, right, at work. I'm coming here to make money, and that's it, and that's
That's
all.
it.
That's it,
Mhm.
and that's all. I'm not here for your bullshit because you and Bob been fighting all night, and here you come wanting to take that shit out on me with your nasty ass attitude. I'm here to make some money to put bread on my tables. That's it. And they get that shit
Yes.
twisted. They get that shit
Yes.
all the way twisted. Make you want to ask them. So, what are you currently doing right now for self care, Karen?
Exactly. Exactly. And it's funny because I work in the like customer service based industry, and when you get people like, oh, she was such a bitch, like why do you automatically go to that? Like why do you feel that someone gave you a feeling because they were irritated by what you did, what you shouldn't have done?
I feel
Their
like that's
perception.
customer service is the biggest thing where the thing is if when you're at work, you're wanting to be the person that's in good customer service, but then when you go to a place, you expect the same thing. So why can't we all understand that?
Thank you. Thank you.
It doesn't make sense. Again, you want to ask, what are you doing for your self care? So what are you doing, Marquita? What are you doing right now to implement your self care? Because you got to ask these
Well,
rude hoes.
I my professional self care or just like all self care, what you say?
Okay, give me either two for a professional and two for self.
Well, my two professional ones is not letting shit like tear me down, cuz like yesterday I was like a little emotional cuz I messed up and I don't like messing up. I don't like making mistakes, and I just had to like let myself say like slow down, bitch, like like it is like breathe in, breathe out. It's not a reflection of you, like you're not a mistake, you made a mistake, like but
Mm,
I hate making mistakes because it
I feel
bothers
you.
me. It
Your
when I
turn.
tell you, it's to the core, and it's like, and it's like, bitch, like you had a lot of opportunities where you could have figured it out before the mistake actually happened. So that again is like, okay, you're thinking about too much shit and you're not paying attention to what am I here for? I'm here to book tours. That's it.
Okay. What's
That's
the
what
other
I'm
one?
working on. My other one is um I think that's the one for my work. For myself, is getting a better sleep pattern is something that I want to do far as my self care and creating a regimen.
Hmm.
We were talking about accountability, like for things that you say like I want to do, and I let that go. I say it, and then it's like, oh, okay, 4 weeks went by and I ain't even started it. So holding myself accountable on the things that I said and being able to speak to other people about it, because sometimes I say it but I'm not really putting, like I'll say a little bit but I'm not really saying everything. So I'm not, because I don't want you to be on me. Well, didn't you? Well,
Girl,
I
what
didn't.
you talking about? Okay, you holding
Yeah,
yourself
yeah, yeah.
accountable.
Yes, holding myself
Okay,
accountable. So what are you
all
doing?
right. Um, Honestly, like I didn't even notice like over the last year, I've acquired like maybe 4 or 5 books, like self-love books, manifestation books, journal books, return to love, Capricorn self-care. And I've been like just kind of reading and all of them have like a journey. They have like little pages that you fill in, and it asks you like some deep questions. Makes you really think and dig into yourself. Because some of them, I'm like, I'm gonna get back to that because I don't even know. Like
Hmm.
what do I want? You know.
Your
But
self health assessment is hard. So
the
yeah.
one I created,
Hell yeah, girl. Yes, yes. But keep exactly,
don't
exactly.
even
Keep.
bring that up because you still haven't done it.
I
Period.
know, cause that shit is hard. You have to think about it. You have to like. I think I have to do a staycation,
And
and
sit
answer
down
those.
and
Yeah,
think about it because
you have to.
you need that time to be quiet. Because even when I have like a client and they call me and the baby is in the background, and I'm not saying that you can't be a parent, but how can you really tune into yourself when you can't fully be there? You can't really multitask in the middle of a session when you're trying
Mhm.
to do what you're trying to do. So I think that's why I'm adding some like serious like mental and physical workouts. I've been taking this self-love journey like serious for real. To replenish myself. I know that I love to dance, so I'm gonna try to implement that in there somewhere. I might start at home on TikTok. Cause I feel like if I
Mhm.
just practice half of them dances, you know, I might
Mhm.
be on. Beyonce might come get me. You feel me?
Mhm.
And stretching. Remember I used to stretching is major key to reducing stress. And I know
Mm.
this because I was a cheerleader. And you know what's so crazy about this self-care journey that I'm on? I saw my high school cheerleading coach over the weekend.
Mm.
And I actually apologized to her. And I told her that I realized where I messed up and when I crossed over to being a product of my environment. And she
Mhm.
was like, Tasha, that's some serious growth. Because I went to the game drunk. I
Mm.
was drunk. Like, and we think it's cute. We turning up. No, she sat me down and made me sit down. I didn't get to cheer that game.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? She was like, wow. She was like, you have really grown. She's like, but that lets me know that you grew up from that instance, that which probably taught you something different going forward.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, but yeah, but I'm gonna put together a self-care challenge. And if y'all don't do it, I don't know what the violation's gonna be. But right now, I think we should talk about like give people some self-care tips.
Yep.
Because there are
That's
many
exactly what I
ways
was about to ask.
and implementing self-care for oneself is really knowing oneself. Because you have to know what you like to do. You have to know what makes you happy. You have to know what gives you peace. You have to know what makes you feel love. Like when people ask me what should they do, I'm like, I can only tell you what I like to do. You may not like to do what I like to do.
Mm.
I like massages. You might not want to be touched.
That's
You
true.
know.
Mhm.
So you have to know yourself in order to be able to tap into that stuff, regardless to the fact, right? So
Mhm.
we're gonna
What are
start out.
some tips? What's some
You
tips?
know, find you a local chocolate life coach and get yourself together.
Get it
Of course, therapy.
together.
Like if you really do need to see a therapist, I think that's one. I think maintaining healthy relationships and friendships is key.
Mhm.
Eating healthy, understanding your love language. If you don't know your love language, how you gonna teach somebody else how to love you?
Mm.
What makes you feel good? What makes you feel relaxed? Well, do you like taking baths and jacuzzi? Because that one is really good. To take a bath, I don't know what that is. It's just like so zenful.
Mm.
But I think probably because we started out in warm water.
That's true. Like we were comfortable. We were in there swimming, not like
Mhm.
swimming, but yeah. That's
We was in
that
there. We
makes
was in
sense.
that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where I don't know, but everybody don't like taking baths, you know.
Yeah, I'm not a just sit there and sweat and then like sit in your water. I
Even if
like
you can,
showers.
I like showers when you in a rush.
No, but like I feel like if I have music on in the shower and I let that like just let the hot water hit my back, like
Mm,
I think better. I
it
have
is
a
amazing.
yeah, like I think for me that's my zen spot is the water.
Honestly,
Hot.
you were I think water because you know we're Capricorns, so we're sea goats. So I
Really?
think yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
we're
I thought we
earthy
were mountain
people.
goats.
You're a sea goat.
Hmm.
But I can say that I use that as a stress reliever because it seems like in my mind that's where I let a lot of shit out in the shower. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I physically feel like I'm allowing all this shit out to run out and go down the drain and then I can be done with it.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that hot, it is something about the hot water like on the back of your neck. You just stand there like
Ooh, yeah.
you gotta be thankful in that moment, baby. That's
It is. That's where I cry. That's where I just let that stuff go. And
Mhm.
like legit, like I just wait till the next day so I can, you know. But out
Yeah, I
here,
think
you
you
got to
got to
take 2 or 3 showers. This is not
rinse
a
and
yeah.
reset.
It is.
But what about steaming your vagina?
That was something that I learned that that's not a self care for me. I'm not gonna do that because it just burnt my thighs. I didn't really
I see the
feel the
benefits. I see the benefits. Because it's just hot steam. It's self care, I think.
hey. Hey, that's one thing that you say you gotta learn what you want to do and what you like. Hey, at least I got to say that I did it. And like for
Tried it.
me,
You probably gotta
mm-mm,
try it again, maybe differently.
nah, that
Yeah.
it was a weird feeling. I'm good. I'm good. I
So
put that on the hood. I'm good.
starting your day with meditation will be cool. I know we was talking about it earlier about trying to have like accountability partners and
Mhm.
maybe like setting a time for either person to send a text or send you an affirmation. You send me an affirmation or something like that. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? That means you're gonna actively be going to go look for one. You're actively
Yeah.
gonna be thinking about it. So watch out for some affirmations in your inbox. I
Mhm.
just be sending
Instead
them
of all
out.
these TikToks, instead of all these TikToks that I seen, I'm a habitual TikTok sender. I said it. Okay, I am sorry.
Yeah, minute. I hope they got like a little program for y'all because I was looking in my inbox and I realized I had so many from one of your accounts, and I had so many from another one of your accounts. I'm like, bro, so she's just gonna
These
be
speak some really good. I be wanting her to listen to some of them too, cause
it's
it be
too
speaking on
many.
some real. I know. I'm like shit. I just gotta call her and be like, look, you want to screen share? Okay,
You better,
listen to.
you better. Okay,
Mhm.
so yeah, but we gonna have some self care events coming up soon too. We got a
Mm.
Let's Talk Love with the teens at
Mm.
Grit Fit, and Grit Fit is a place where we can get physical and get our physical self care in, and she has drinks that are for your overall health. You know, they got
Oh,
healthy desserts. So
really?
I think that's gonna be cool. Then we got a Let's Talk Love with Sis and Sip. That's gonna be real cool. Well, that's gonna be something different. But that's gonna be dope. I think we got some stuff to look forward to. And I think maybe we should carry on with this self care thing and see where we go with it and maybe tap back into it a little later to show and talk about the results of what we
Mhm.
did. Right?
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
All right, all right. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Let's Talk Love. Y'all know I love
Yeah.
y'all, so be sure to come and talk about matters of the heart with us every Wednesday at 4 p.m. right here on the lovely Hot 702.5 FNM. If you have any topics that matter to you, please let us know because you matter. Have a love-filled week, and until next time, smooches.
Smooches.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. I feel like we need some outro music.
Do I push disconnect? Mute.
Mute friend. Bye y'all.